Some weeks feel manageable, some weeks feel full. Work, family, school, deadlines, unexpected things. So instead of cooking every day from the beginning or scratch, I prepare protein once in a way that gives me options for later. Today, I'm working with a box of chicken drumsticks and some chicken breast. Nothing fancy, just being intentional. Because cooking ahead is how I make breathing room and create some space for myself. I start by rinsing the chicken with vinegar and water, and then transfer everything into a large bowl. This part isn't glamorous, but it's one that saves you time as a busy individual. With the chicken cleaned, I start with my fresh marinade, and I'll be using onions, some ginger, some parsley or any fresh herbs of your choice, some bell peppers, rosemary. I chop and blend them all together and keep in a bowl. This becomes the foundation, one base, multiple directions. That's how I simplify. There was a season in my career when everything felt rushed. I'd come home already tired, still mentally in meetings, and dinner feels like it's more of a demand. Prepping like this changed everything for me. It removed the daily decision fatigue for me in the evenings for dinner. With the marinade ready, I focus my attention on the chicken breast by dicing and dividing into 3 bowls. This gives me flexibility to marinate as I wish. The first bowl is a simple dry mix coupled with salt, and then you just mix. Very simple. The second bowl, I decided to be a little bit more adventurous. Apart from the dry mix and the marinade, I added in some turmeric and yogurt. For the third base or mix, I added the fresh marinade, some Asian spices, some soy sauce, and oyster sauce. This one works beautifully for a quick rice bowl. Each goes into a Ziploc to be labeled later on. Now for the drumsticks. Again, same fresh base, different finishes. For this first one, I'm using the same fresh marinade and tomato paste, just to add color and depth. This goes in a Ziploc bag when thoroughly mixed. For the second base of my seasoning, same fresh marinade, some bouillon cubes, and some fresh lemon. Bright, simple, and fresh. Nothing complicated. For the Asian spice mix, using the same fresh marinade. This is great for roasting or grilling later. This last one is just a simple fresh marinade. Nothing complicated. This, some salt and bouillon cubes. Once thoroughly mixed, all goes into a Ziploc bag, which will be labeled and for freezing later. A quick tip for easier defrosting. Try to flatten these bags before freezing. That way it's easier to stack and it's easier to defrost when you take them out. I also label to ensure that I know the type of mix or of marinade I have for each bag. Makes it easier for anybody to take out of the freezer on my behalf, even when I'm not home. What I've learned as a working mom is this: the stress isn't always about cooking. It's the last minute thinking. What do I make? Do I have time? Is there anything defrosted? When this is done ahead of time, future me doesn't panic. She just reaches into the freezer, and that feels very powerful. Hear me when I say busy moms. I don't prep like this because I'm overly organized. I prep like this because some weeks I just don't have the time, the emotional energy to decide dinner every single night. In seasons like Ramadan, or as a postpartum mom season, or just simply busy work weeks, this is the one way I do take care of myself. This makes me fully prepared, and the prepared me feels calmer. When I'm calmer, I'm more kinder to myself and extend grace to myself and everybody around me. Don't forget to clean and disinfect the prepping area. Now with about 6 or so flavors of chicken prep, my weeks ahead feel so much lighter. If this kind of cooking brings you a little calm to your home, you are always welcome here. Because sometimes caring for yourself or your family starts with preparing gently for yourself.